name's Ben. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina, or more specifically Waxhaw, south of Charlotte. And that area is a very high achieving area. Success is very highly valued. There are a lot of people that have a lot of money, and so those were values that I just saw in the community around me growing up. From a very young age, my parents actually got divorced, and so from that early time I was forced to be very independent. I learned to grow up, and there was no one looking over my shoulder telling me, hey, you have to do well at school or you have to do this, and it was something that either I was going to achieve or I was going to fail at. And so I took that ambition and really tried to translate it into sports. I really wanted a college scholarship. I thought if I got that scholarship, then I would have made it. I would have had success. But growing up, I was plagued by a lot of injuries. I broke my hip, I tore a tendon in my foot, had a torn ACL, and all of that culminated in the big D1 schools that I wanted telling me, hey, you're 0.1 second too slow or 10 pounds too light. So instead I took that drive and went towards academics. I said, okay, well, let me apply for a lot of prestigious scholarships like the Moorhead or the Jefferson or whatever else. And eventually, after getting to the finalist round for a few of these, that didn't work either. And so I came into college with a lot of frustration. I thought I had worked really hard and it wasn't paying off. But thankfully, I was surrounded by awesome community, a community that valued serving people, valued giving people everything, and just allowing yourself to succeed in a very different way than the world tells you to. And so I took those values and combined it with my desire to succeed, and became a quantitative biology major. I decided that I would use my past experiences with injuries in my leg, with health. I had migraines growing up, to change people's lives, hopefully for the better in terms of healthcare. But I knew I didn't want to be a doctor. So then what? I decided that I would be this quantitative biology major and hopefully combine it with a knowledge of business and work for a biotech startup or potentially start my own biotech startup. I would use my independence, my desire to succeed to create something that would last and would make a true impact on people's lives. So that's my goal now, is to just use my past experiences, use my desire to serve others and benefit others to create something that lasts and create something that truly has a benefit on people's lives. So after I graduate, I actually have a few options on the table. I am considering life science consulting, so going and learning from a big firm like Deloitte, where I can just gain exposure to industries such as healthcare or biotech. I'm also seriously considering the option of going and trying to join a biotech startup, a very small company with a culture that is high-paced and just wanting to succeed. So both of these options are great for me, and I think that I'm ready and willing to work my butt off to hopefully achieve one of them. So what am I gonna do if my plan A doesn't work after a year? The beautiful thing about the entrepreneurial community is that failure is a part of life. If my first biotech company doesn't work, I can hopefully network and learn from that failure and move on to something else and move on to something that might succeed. If the second one doesn't work, I will have learned that much more and am that much more likely to succeed in the third try. So I really am hoping that there is no plan B, because plan A can always just continue and I can learn from it no matter what the outcome is.